share with you that, and I tell people this all the time, like, you know, success is really dependent upon leadership. You have to have people who have your best interest at heart. You have to have people who want you to win, and you have to have people who are willing to coach you and guide you. And you guys, being 3,500 miles away from the epicenter of Javita, out in California, one of the first ones to get it going out there, felt a little bit isolated, but daily phone calls with Tom Bowman, mentoring and guiding me how to do this business and how to do it well is the reason why I've had the success that I've had. You know, so I want to just give it back to him for his incredible leadership. I want you guys also to know that the opportunity that we have at hand today with Javita is 100% because of Tom Bowman. You see, he's got tons of documented success in this industry. He's one of the top 15 money earners in the world. So he took all of that knowledge and expertise, saw the incredible opportunity that Javita was, but made it better. Made it so that everybody could win, because that's something that's very important to him. And if you take a look around the room with the success we're having here in Washington, right, it's 100% because of what he's done. So I'll be back soon, don't worry.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, how is everybody doing? Everybody's doing okay?
Yes.
Wonderful, fantastic. I just want to take a moment to formally introduce myself to you guys. My name is Andrea Gebhardt. From the Central Valley of California. I absolutely love Washington. Might have to move here, right? I know some of you guys are already like, live with me. I'm like, okay. It's just gorgeous. I love being here. It's an incredible state that we're in here today. You know, this is not what I know. This is not what I've spent my life doing. I don't have experience in sales and marketing and all of that. I actually come from the world of education. That was my passion since I was about 10 years old. I wanted to be a teacher. And I pursued that. I went to college, became a teacher, moved back to my hometown, taught 5th grade for 7.5 years, and decided to take on the role as an administrator, became an assistant principal. Something I was very passionate about as well. Spent 2.5 years doing that. Absolutely loved it. Love education, love children. It's just my thing. It's what I know, it's what I do. And so that's why all of this is really funny, because if you would have told me 15 months ago that I would be selling coffee and talking about this kind of stuff, I would have thought you guys were absolutely crazy. Because as an assistant principal, I work 12 hours a day. I've got 3 kids at home, ages 3, 5, and 7. So as you can imagine, that plate, you guys know that plate we call life, for me was like double stacked with the responsibilities of being a full-time working mom. It was tough. And I wasn't looking for an opportunity. I definitely wasn't looking for a way to spend the time I did not have. But I'm a big believer in people and opportunities and things like that coming into your life for reasons. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And that's exactly what happened with Javita. I was actually introduced to this business by a really good friend of mine from Bakersfield who happens to be a doctor. Coincidentally, one day I called him up looking for weight loss advice. He tells me he has this weight loss coffee, and before I know it, as a woman, my internal GPS kicked in and I was in his driveway, right? Coming, be right there. And I was excited. I went inside the house. You know, we shared a cup of coffee, and I immediately fell in love with the flavor. And I know Tom asked this, but I'm going to ask him, how many of you guys just love what you're drinking? Yeah. You know, it's incredible. And so I just thought to myself, like, wow, I already drink coffee every day. I don't have to change my routine. Awesome, because my routine is so jam-packed and tight, there's no room for change. And I can still drink my coffee. I don't have to make a sacrifice. This is really huge for me, because I've got 3 little kids at home. I can't sacrifice. Like, who else is going to finish the leftover corn dogs at lunchtime? Me, right? Okay? You know, so it just seemed like something that was going to fit really well into my life, and I needed to lose the weight. You guys, my personal physician told me just 2 months before that if I didn't lose 30 pounds, get my cholesterol, my blood sugar, my blood pressure under control, I was going to be on some pretty heavy medications. And at 29 years old with 3 kids, that's definitely not the direction I wanted to head. So of course, start drinking the coffee, you guys. Over the last 15 months, I've lost 40 pounds and kept it off. Dropped down about 5 dress sizes, which is fun, because now I shop in like the junior department sometimes. Naima, you're little, you get to do that already. It's a treat for me. I'm like, move over, you 16-year-old, I'm going to do that. But it's just great. I feel incredible. I've never been healthier. You know, within the first 90 days of drinking Javita, my cholesterol dropped 19 points. My blood pressure, my blood sugar, my triglycerides, everything that was in the above normal range, just 90 days before that was completely normal. My doctor was so incredibly impressed. He asked me like what I was doing. of course I tell him about the coffee. David gave him some, right? You know, he starts drinking it. He comes off blood pressure medication. You guys, he's been up for over 8 years. So health-wise, it's been a total success. Business-wise, are you kidding me? Right? Oh, it's crazy. Like, I still have a really hard time even wrapping my mind around everything that's taken place because it's only been 15 months. Like, that in life is just a blink of an eye. You know, this business has completely changed my family's life. And the best possible way, you guys flipped it upside down, and I can't even begin to express to you how grateful I am that this business was shared with me, and how incredibly passionate I am about sharing it with as many people as I can, because I know what it can do for so many, not just in terms of health, but in terms of improving people's financial situations. So I've been with the company for 15 months. Within the first 11 months, I was actually able to retire from my 9.5-year career. Which has been an absolute amazing thing. So now I'm full-time with Javita since January, and it's just been an absolute blast. So what I want to share with you guys is how to have success here. And I want to remind you, this is not my background. This is not what I know. I know education. But luckily for all of us in the room who are kind of like figuring this all out, Javita has a plan for you to have success. It's called the 90-day roadmap, and it's virtually a series of 3 milestones you want to work toward in your first 90 days just to maximize your success in the company. They're not requirements or things that you have to do, but things you definitely want to work towards so you can achieve success more quickly. And that's all that I did. This 90-day roadmap that I'm about to share with you guys, I just followed it on a part-time basis in conjunction with my full-time career, and within 120 days hit the top position in the company, which was real. I was like, whoa, this is cool, awesome, neat, what's next, right? And our founder over at Boca Raton, Florida was like, who's this Wasco girl? Where the heck is Bakersfield? This is crazy. You know, and it's just been success after success since then. So this is really what we focus on and what we teach because we know it works. So this is the first step in that series of milestones called Become a Star Within the Company. And so what that means, you guys, very simply, is we want to find 3 people just like you to get started in this business within your first 30 days. And when you do that, you become a star. And as a star, you're eligible to participate in the Star Bonus Pool, which is a really incredible program that we have. So what Javita actually does is they take their monthly commissionable volume of sales, right, which last month was $2.9 million. They take out 2% of it, and then they share it with every single person in the company who's a star. You might not seem excited about that yet, but let me just share something with you. Coast to coast in the U.S., we have about 14,000 representatives. Would you guys agree that's probably the population of 5 to 6 local high schools? In other words, it's nothing, right? Okay. What do you think is going to happen in 6 months when we have 20,000 representatives? Do you guys think a whole lot more coffee and tea is going to be sold? Absolutely. That commissionable volume of sales is going to grow. That 2% takeout is going to increase. And your share of it, you guys, month after month after month after month is going to continue to grow along with the company. I mean, that's huge. And if that wasn't good enough, we're also going to compensate you every single time you help somebody get started on your team with a direct enrollment bonus. A minimum of $100 you're going to receive every single time you help somebody get started. So when you get your first 3 business partners, how much money did you guys just make? $300. You help 3 people get started this week and 5 people get started next week. How much money have you just made? $800. You guys, I want you to recognize that there's no cap, there's no limit to this. As big as you grow your team, as big as you want to grow it, you can, and you're going to be compensated every single time you do. Now, what I want to share with you is this right here is actually the most important thing that you need to know to have success here. In fact, I can shut down this whole presentation right now. And if you learn this and you teach this to every single person that comes onto your team and help them accomplish this, you will have success very, very quickly. How do I know? Because that's what I did. Was that some secret superstar strategy of mine coming into this? No. I just didn't understand any of the slides after this one. Or like 6 months. Right? Crazy. So there's hope for some of you in here. If you get the next one, you're going to be a rock star. You know, I mean, it's crazy, but it's true. I mean, think about it. Would you guys agree that everybody's step 1 is somebody else's step 2? Yeah, somebody else's step 3. So you can see very quickly how this is really going to perpetuate the growth of your entire organization. I mean, this is what we focus on. So what we're going to do now that you're a star, we're going to go to work together, and we're going to help your first 3 individuals. We're going to help your team members go star as well. And when we do that within your first 60 days, you've completed the 2nd milestone. You become a star builder within our company. Because you've done this, you're going to earn roughly $2,000 in bonuses, and the company's going to send you a free iPad. So you guys are all excited about free coffee. Anybody in here excited about a free iPad? Excellent. Anybody here already own an iPad? Do you have children? Then you don't own an iPad. So we're going to really work to get you your own, okay? No, but it's an incredible tool just to help increase the efficiency of your business, and I love that we're rewarding people for helping people in this business. It's because that's what we're about. So now we're going to go to work together again, and we're going to help their friends become stars within the company. We're going to help their friends complete steps 1. And when you do that, you become eligible for the BMW card bonus, which is absolutely incredible. Now, I know we have a few people in here, we're going to recognize you a little bit later, but if you've earned the BMW here, please take a moment and stand up. Let's give these guys a round of applause. Phenomenal. I earned the BMW in 42 days. It was really exciting. The first one in California. Yeah, I know. I mean, hello. I've been in education for like almost, 10 years? They never got me a car. Before Javita, I was in the Ford program. That was a step up from the Kia program. You know, BMW is absolutely amazing. Those speeding tickets, boy, they are not. But the car's a lot of fun. So this position right here is called supervisor. Now, as a supervisor, Javita's going to send you $400 a month, you guys, to put toward the purchase or the lease of your car. It could be new, used, any make or model. It's completely up to you. If you don't want the BMW, you can get a Mini Cooper. That's what Tom drives. And if you don't want the car at all, you can take half that cash as an additional bonus every single month. It's a win-win situation. Every single term here. I love that. Now, as you move up within the ranks of the compensation plan, your car bonus is going to increase. So managers back there, we've got Dean and Michelle, they're now receiving $500 a month. As a diamond, Tom's receiving $800 a month. Which is awesome, and I love that. And it's just crazy because, my gosh, you know, 15 months ago, if you ever would have said anything about $1,000 a month for a car payment, I thought you were crazy. Like, what? That stuff doesn't even exist, but you guys, it's happening. And it's incredible. You know, and at this point here, you've earned about $3,000 in bonuses just for helping people on your team have success. How many of you guys like to help people in here? You're going to do really well because that's all we focus on. Okay, I just really want you to think about that. So here are some pictures of some of the individuals on our team who've earned the BMW. I know we got to add some Washington pieces on there, right? Absolutely. Dr. Sheen Nguyen. I love to highlight some of the people on here. He's the one who introduced me to the business. He's the one who called me at midnight on March 23rd of last year and said, "Hey, you woman, you supervisor, you get car." It was midnight. I said, "Excuse me, I get a cat? What?" You know, we've got a retired police officer. We've got youth pastors, a restaurant owner, tons of stay-at-home moms. Up here, a big tiller out of Fresno, California, who retired after 9 months from her 20-year career. First diamond in the Central Valley, really exciting. Zero experience in the industry. You guys, and if you see all these normal, everyday, average people up here who can do this, what does it tell you? That you can, right? And that's exactly why we like to highlight all of these individuals. Over 200 people in our organization in the last 15 months that have earned the BMW. Talk about success, and we're just getting started. So we're really excited for all the BMW drivers we have here today and all the ones to come. So what I want to share with you guys next is the next way that we get paid. These are called team development infinity bonuses. And so that you really, really have a solid understanding of how this works, I want you to take a step back with me for just a moment. And I want you to remember that you just got your first 3 business partners, right? Now what is everybody working to do right away? Start. Right there, 3, right. So your business is starting to grow. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. And as it does, you're going to start being paid these team development infinity bonuses every single time your team grows, every single time your team develops. And at the very beginning level of consultant, you're going to get paid $15 every single time somebody joins the team. If 10 people join your team in the course of a week, you guys, that's $150. week after week after week, would you guys agree that that starts to add up? Hey, absolutely. How many consultants do we have in the room today? Please take a moment, stand up, and let's give these guys a round of applause. Okay, then you move up to the supervisor level because you've helped more people on your team have success. And now you're going to get paid $55 anytime somebody joins the team, anywhere. 10 people join your team in the course of a week. Here, you guys, that's $550. Week after week after week. That starts to look a little bit better than that part-time job. Starts to look a little bit better than some of that overtime we're putting in. Starts to look like a way to pay off debt, get into a house, health insurance. I mean, think about it. Whatever you want it to be, it will be. Just to give you guys a real life story, in May of last year, I was a director in Javita. As an assistant principal of school, May is like the craziest time of the year. It was the day before the last day of school that I was wearing tennis shoes on crowd control in the hallways, the cafeteria, on the phone with parents, in the office with the students, did not take a single text, email, phone call, completely hands off from Javita that day. When I got off of work around 6 o'clock, 23 people had joined our team. Wow. Not in a month, not in a week, in a day. In a day. And I sat there and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, like this Javita thing is going to be a whole lot bigger than big I think it's going to be. And then I had to bust out the calculator app on my phone to do the math. And when I sat there and realized that in one day, 1/3 of my monthly salary was generated, it blew my mind. And it helped me realize something. Maybe you guys agree with me that people are going to drink coffee every single day with or without us, right? Yeah, people are going to look for ways to lose weight and be healthier every single day with or without us, right? Well, you guys, people are going to join this business every single day, whether you decide to do it or not. So you might as well position yourselves right now on top of something that's already growing, with something people do every day, with leaders right here in your own backyards who are helping people in this area have success day after day after day. I mean, it just makes sense. And when the fact that these bonuses are paid to infinity is added to that, are you kidding me? To infinity. You guys know, like, that means forever, right? It's like, that word to me is really awesome. Infinity, forever. This is Washington. Pretty sure it's like a whole lot more people who live here. A whole lot more people who drink coffee and want to lose weight. This is a whole Pacific Northwest. Guys, in Texas, we have 55 people. That's like a big old state. Midwest, completely wide open. I want you guys to recognize you're at the very beginning of the beginning. 87% of America drinks coffee, and only 14,000 of them know about Javita. Are you kidding me? Do you guys see the potential for growth here? Do you recognize that everywhere that Javita grows from here is going to grow under you? From here on out? That is huge, huge, huge. So these bonuses are not only going to get paid to infinity, they're going to get paid to every week. That's 4 extra paychecks a month. How many of you guys in here could benefit from 4 extra paychecks a month? How many of you know somebody who needs 4 extra paychecks a month? Some of us are like this, right? I was one of those people who needed those 4 extra paychecks a month, but nobody knew about it because we were in that silent struggle, right? I want you guys to know that January of last year, 15 months ago, I was sitting there paying bills. You know, you have to like dedicate a day, right? Paying bills, pull out the mortgage, the student loan, my son's preschool bill. Could not pay a single one of them, let alone all 3. Oh my gosh, like what are we going to do? We were in a little bit of a financial mess. Why? We had a little bit of a family tragedy take place. My grandma had a heart attack. The next day I inherited a 16-year-old. And then I inherit her. 2 additional people to house, feed, and care for when our paycheck barely fed our little family of 5. It was crazy, so it just totally wiped us out. So I can't not pay the mortgage. I can't not pay the preschool. Which one can I get away with? Student loan, right? You guys are all thinking, oh, that's easy. That was my light at the end of the tunnel, too. So I get on the phone with the student loan lender, remind them I made every payment on time every month for the last 9 years, and ask for a deferment. Do you think they gave it to me? No. She said no. And I felt like it echoed like 100 times when she said that. Detrimental. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What do you mean no? I've made every payment on time. Like, I need this. She's like, no, you make too much money, you don't qualify. Yeah, but you don't understand. Like, I can't pay my mortgage. She's like, well, quite frankly, ma'am, that's our policy and I don't care. And she hung up on me. So I remember sitting there crisscross applesauce on my bed. My phone slips out of my hands. My eyes instantly well up with tears, and I find myself struggling to breathe. You guys know that feeling I'm talking about? That just hurts right in here. What are we going to do? So I moped around my house for 2 days trying to figure something out. What can we sell? What can we get rid of? What can we do? And then I got really mad. So I was like, wait a minute. This isn't supposed to be happening to me. Hello? I'm an assistant principal of an elementary school. I've got 5 college degrees. I did everything in life I was told to do to be successful. Raise your hand if you heard the same things, like go to high school, graduate, go to college, graduate, get a good job, you're going to be fine. How many of you guys heard that? Like all the way up. I want to see how many of you heard that? Now, how many of you in here is it actually 100% working out for? Another hand goes. And I don't talk about that to make light of the situation at all, because it's not funny to me. I want to bring to light to you guys a situation that there's a lot of us out there struggling, no matter what education, what job, where we are in life, it's happening. And we have a way to help people with this. That's why I get so excited. So you know how I talked about people and opportunities coming into your life for a reason? Probably the reason why many of you are here today. Exactly 1 week to the day that I made that phone call to that student loan lender, I made a phone call to a really good friend of mine who happened to be a doctor who told me about a weight loss coffee, and here we are 15 months later. Within 9 weeks of sharing this coffee with all my sleepy, chubby friends, okay, made enough money in those, we're friends, I do it too. Made enough money in these bonuses right here to completely pay off that whole student loan. The whole thing, like the same loan I'd been working on for 9 years, in 9 weeks. The very next week, made enough more money in those bonuses to pay off another one. And then I bought some shoes. The week after that, I sponsored 12 kids in our community to play recreational football. I just sponsored 12 2 weeks ago and added another 12 to that 2 days ago. You guys, I know. I tell people all the time, the car's nice, the bonuses are great, but it's the choices and the options you get back in life. Like, I can choose where my son's going to play baseball. I can choose where my kids are going to go to school. I can choose what kind of health insurance we have and not be told what I'm going to have. That's what I'm talking about here. Quality of life just raised a whole lot, not just for ourselves, but for every single person on our team that we're working to help have the same level of success. I mean, it's incredible. You know, people ask me all the time, do you miss what you did? Do you miss being an assistant principal? Heck yeah, I miss it. I miss those kids. Totally miss them. Finding other ways to serve them. But to be able to be at home with my kids, to have that quality time with them, is irreplaceable. It's priceless. It's amazing. I finally have the opportunity to be the mother that I've told so many moms sitting across from my desk that they needed to be, that I wasn't. You need to read to your kids every night. I wasn't doing that. You need to spend more time with your kids. I couldn't do that. The quality of time with your kids needs to be better. Couldn't offer it. It wasn't until just about 2 months ago, you guys, that I recognized and found out that my 7-year-old son was failing 2nd grade. I'm an educator. That's kind of the stuff I needed to know. That I should be an active participant. I didn't know. I had no idea. It wasn't until just a couple of months ago that I learned that my gorgeous little 3-year-old daughter could sing. And not like hum. She can sing with like the most pure, heartfelt, angelic little voice on the planet. And if I have to listen to Do You Want to Build a Snowman 500 times to enjoy it, I can. To be able to go get a pedicure with her and wear green nail polish for 2 weeks that she picked out, priceless. To see my 5-year-old son throw a baseball like a 13-year-old and catch it too, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. These are things about my own kids I never even knew before. And I was never going to get that back. So you better believe I'm going to fly the miles, drive the miles, talk to as many people as I can to bring that right there to as many people's lives as possible, because that's what life's about, right? Okay? So these bonuses right here are going to start to unlock a little bit about that for you. And what's going to keep it in place for a long time is this. It's our residual income. Guys, you're going to get paid on every single box of coffee and tea that is ever run through your entire business. Think about that, because we still have infinity to go here. You get paid 5% of that. Think of yourself for just 2 seconds as like a coffee franchise, right? Every single time somebody joins your team, it's like opening a new coffee store. The more coffee stores you have, the more coffee you sell, the more money you make. Does that make sense to everybody in here? So realize that the bigger your team, the larger your residuals are going to be. At that very beginning level of consultant, you're getting paid 5% on all the coffee and tea that's bought and sold within your entire business. And when your team grows to about 81 members, you guys, that's $13,000 a year in residuals. That's an extra $1,000 a month. How many of you guys in here could just breathe a little easier with an extra grand coming in? Absolutely. And then because you've helped more people on your team have success, you're going to move up to that supervisor level. You're still getting paid 5%, but now your team's a whole lot bigger. You've got 2,000 people on your team. That's $390,000 a year in residual income. That's $30,000 a month. I saw the eyebrow go up. I did the same thing. Because the very first time I saw that, I was like, you're right. That looks great, Dr. G, but hello. I work 12 hours a day. I've got 3 kids, and I don't know how to do this. That's my reality. I don't need what I could do, what it will be. I need to know now what's my reality. So I broke it down to myself because I was like, I'm average. What would average be? A third of that. A third of that would be 700 people on your team. That would be $130,000 a year. That would be $12,000 a month. That's average. Now, I'm not saying everybody in here is going to make $390,000 a year, but what if you did make a third of that? Would that be okay with you? Do you even want to see? I wish you could have just seen what happened right now. When I asked that question, I saw everybody's shoulders relax. The tension went away. The stress went away. $12,000 a month. That's average, and that's in the beginning. Whether it took you 6 months or a year, would you be okay with that? When you guys get started, your residuals are getting started too. My first residual check was $130. And I was so excited. I ran around my house with a chicken, like a chicken with my head cut off, like I won the lottery, because it paid a bill that we couldn't pay at that time. It was incredible. Paid the cell phone bill. That was a really good one, because I need a text. Having that thing shut off would kill me. That would not be good, right? The next month, the residual paid our mortgage. The next month, it paid our mortgage. The next month. Holy cow. 15 months later, my residual's about what my annual income used to be. Woohoo! Yeah. Right? Holy cow. It's insane. I don't tell you guys that kind of stuff to try to impress you at all, because, like, whatever. I'm not that kind of person. I just want to impress upon you guys, like, what's possible with this. I want to impress upon some of you sitting in these seats right now, 15 months from now, this will be your story. You may not see it yet, but we do. Because we see people marching right along, headed in that direction, and we're excited. We've got people here today that are marching right along in that direction, having success, that are going to come up and share a little bit about that with you. Okay? And it's funny because I stand over here and I listen to these testimonies of these incredible individuals and how this is impacting their lives, and I look out to people sitting here who have no idea who these individuals are. Yet, you're smiling, and you're cheering them on, and you're rooting for them in life, and you don't even know who they are. How incredible was it to feel that passionate for another human being? How incredible? It's pretty incredible, right? Yeah. You guys, we get to do that every day in this business. We get to be a part of somebody's journey like that every single day in this business, and that's what makes what we do so rewarding. So if you want to be that kind of individual who maybe wants to add a little bit more purpose for your life, to help inspire and change others' lives, you guys, Javita is 100% for you. And we're excited to welcome you to the team. And we're excited to have you partner with us to kind of be the ambassadors of change that are going out and doing this daily. And I want to share with you exactly how you can do that. There's actually 3 different ways that you can partner with us in business. I'm going to explain the value of each one of those to you fully so you guys can have a really good understanding of it. And you guys can make the decision that's right for you today. So the first option that we have is a $99 starter pack. With this one here, you're going to get 2 boxes of coffee for your personal consumption. You get a website. It's hosted, maintained, updated by Javita. You guys, there are no monthly fees that come along with that. Now with this, you can sell as many boxes of coffee as you want. You can get as many online customers as you want. And you will be paid commissions on all of it. But the rest of the compensation plan that we talked about, the residuals, the bonus, the iPad, the car, all of that, is not available with this option. Very early on, I dubbed it as like the silly pack. Because to me, it was just silly to cut yourself off from all the other income that's there to be made. So the next best way to get started is our business pack. With this one here, you're going to get 14 boxes. You have the website, full access to the compensation plan, and the best part about those 14 boxes is the minute you even like think about weight loss coffee. People want it, right? You don't have to say anything, you just have to think about it. People want it, and you're going to want to have it to sell to them. And that's exactly what we encourage you to do. Every single one of these boxes, you guys, individually retails for $45. There's 24 servings in every box. It's $1.87 a cup. It's an incredible value. And when you sell those 14 boxes for $45, you're going to make $630. That $4.99 is right back in your pocket, and you've got a $130 profit right there in your hands. You guys, that's the exact package that I got started with 15 months ago. I sold all 14 boxes in 2 days by accident. Like, I really didn't mean to, because I didn't know what I was doing. But who in here is on Facebook again? I am like a Facebook freak. I love Facebook. Post all day, every day. It's what I do. So the day I left Dr. Chi's house after having that first cup of coffee, while I wasn't driving back home, I promise, I posted on Facebook. I just had my first cup of weight loss coffee. I'm excited. Because I just had my first cup of weight loss coffee. And I was excited. Just posted. It was just, normal post. By the time I got home and checked my Facebook, there were more messages and notifications than I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it beat out the popularity of the birth of my daughter. That's a big deal. Right? So I started to look at everybody's comments, and it was weight loss coffee? Are you serious? Is this for real? Call me, text me, inbox me, I'm coming over. And I was like, wait, what? Oh my gosh, like, what do I do? Like, what? Wait, what? How many kinds of coffees were there? What were those herbs again? Carne asada and, what? That I didn't remember. I wasn't paying attention. But everybody paid attention to that Facebook post once they saw the words weight loss and coffee together. I didn't know anything. All I knew was that my shipment, I have to clarify that word, was coming in next week. So I private messaged every single one of those people, and I was just like, hey, my shipment comes in next week, do you want a box? They were like, yep. I was like, really? Wow, okay, awesome. Let me try that again. Shipment comes in next week, do you want a box? I was like, yeah. 14 boxes gone in 2 days, guys, $499 back in my pocket. 2 days later, $130 in my hand. I was so excited. The only problem for me with that option is I still had like 30 other people who wanted the coffee. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? Everybody. And I was out. So I was like, what do I do? How do I reorder? Where's this? There's a website? What? Right? It just happened so fast. So if I could go back in time, I 100% would have gotten started the right way. The way it's just a better value. Instead of 14 boxes, you're going to get 34. So you have the supply to meet the demand that you guys are going to have that you just don't know about yet. It's crazy. And when you sell those 34 boxes for $45, it's $1,530 you're going to make. That $9.99 is right back in your pocket, and your return on that is $530. Like that. It's crazy. And I tell people all the time, whichever one of those two options you guys want to get started with, that's completely up to you. That doesn't matter to me. That's a personal choice. What matters to me and what matters to the person who asked you to be here today is that you get started. Because they're already having success. They were shown this business by somebody else they know, love, trust, and respect that's having success, and they just want the same for you. They know where they're going and where this is headed, and they don't want you to miss out. That's why they asked you to be here. Don't sit back and watch their lives change when you have the same exact opportunity right here in front of you. Because here's what's going to happen. This organization, this team in this area is growing so fast, I will promise you that in the next 3 to 6 weeks, you will be invited to a Javita coffee party. Some of you already know what I'm talking about, right? By somebody you know, somebody you work with, or somebody you're related to. And that's your opportunity to have already started building your team. Does that make sense? Okay, it's absolutely crazy. So before we even put the paperwork in your hands, do you guys want to know the top 2 things I can share with you that are going to make your business 10 times more successful than anything else? You guys want to know what those 2 are? If you have your cell phone for me, take it out. Go ahead and wait for you to grab it. I know some of you guys are powering back on. Okay, now go ahead and open up your text messages. Go to compose a brand new message. Now in that 2 box, where you would normally put in your contact's information, I want you to put in the numbers 96000. The teacher in me is waiting for eyeballs, so I know we're ready for step 2, right? Okay, now I want you to move into that message portion where you normally type the message to your friend. And I want you to write the word Javita. Javita. ITA. Your phone's going to try to autocorrect that to habits. So even your smartphone is trying to tell you to make Javita a habit, right? But make sure it says Javita. And go ahead and hit send. Okay, you should get an auto response back. Some of you guys getting that text back? It's okay. Okay, so what you guys have just done is subscribed yourself to our team. I am not a big believer in come on board and good luck to you, let me know how it goes. I am a huge believer in come on board, let's lock arms and do this journey together. Is everybody in here okay with that? Yes. Good, because that's what you're getting right here, support. Every single week we're going to send you a text message about training we have on Sunday nights. You can click right in, dial in, listen in, log in online, but you guys are going to be trained by the top leaders in our company every single week from the comfort of your own home. Not hundreds of miles and not hundreds of dollars to receive that. Tools in place for you to succeed. Every Monday and Wednesday night we have a business presentation for you to share with others. Because maybe you're not ready to talk about it yet, but we've got experts who are. We've got leaders who are. And what I love to do, does anybody know anybody who doesn't live in Washington? Oh good, you guys have friends. Excellent. What I love to do is I like to take that text that comes on Monday and Wednesday nights and I love to forward it to people I know who don't live near me. Hey, you know that coffee you've been drinking, the one I sent you samples of? You know the business that I've been talking about, you know how you're a customer and blah, blah, blah. I want you to look at the business end of this. I'm going to call you when it's over. And I forward it right to them. Call them up. That's how we started Texas and Arizona, Colorado. You get the picture? From a text message. Let us help you have success. Here's the next thing that I want you to do. I want you to update your Facebook status. Let's take a moment right now. I just had my first cup of weight loss coffee. Right, Mike? With hazelnut creamer. It was incredible. Okay? And it tastes great. Update your status. If you're already in the business and having results, I'm down X amount of pounds and X amount of inches. This stuff is incredible. Post it right now. When I posted this 15 months ago, I had no idea it was going to change my life. I had no idea it was going to help me retire. I had no idea it was going to help me be debt-free, pretty much almost by the time I was 31. Crazy. A lot of you in here because of Facebook. This post right here is serious, and those of you who are serious, you're posting it right now. I can see you doing it. That's incredible. Some of you are a little bit reluctant. You're like, oh my God, it's my Facebook. Are you kidding me? You post pictures of your breakfast burrito for crying out loud. And that just told everybody what you shouldn't have been eating that morning. Right? Crazy. But post. Absolutely post. Now here's how I want you to handle that. There's a very specific way. As people start to like and comment, private messaging, text you, everything else, I just want you to post back to them, hey, Mike, I'll private message you. And then private message him, let him know that your shipment's coming in next week and ask him if he wants a box. Direct him to your website so that he can go and become a customer, whatever the case may be. But handle it that way. How many of you guys through this one single Facebook post right here, sold your boxes, got your customers, and grew your business? Raise your hand. I want you guys to take a look around at people having success because of this one post. So don't hesitate in doing it because it's going to bring the money in right away for you. So with that being said, you guys, this is the Javita opportunity. My name is Andrea Gebhardt, and I'm really excited you guys could all be here today. Thank you.